It's not bedtime in Russia.
Don't worry, I'll talk to him.
Sweetie, Grandpa's gonna come say goodnight.
When?
Good night, little one. What was that?
Termites?
Oh. Have you told the truth even once in this movie so far?
No.
Time for bed, little one.
What's that?
This? Oh, you don't want to know about this. One story, then you're to bed. Deal?
Enthrall me, O aged one.
Long before the Good Shepherd spread his arms upon the tree, before the great beast of the water cast the shipwrecked sailor on the Ninevan shore, even before the boy king struck the giant with a stone, there were the Israelites. The fantastical journey of the wandering lights. The Israelites were led by a man named Moses.
Moses?
Moses, our people are weary. We cannot continue on like this.
Who's that?
Joshua was a young man Moses trusted.
So there's Shua and Moses. Why aren't there any girls in this story?
What has Elohim told you?
The great Elohim has seen your tears and your suffering. He has called me here to be his voice before the Egyptians.
What's such a jippin'?
Egyptian. I weep for the public education system.
Don't any of these people have normal names?
No, that wasn't a person's name. The Egyptians were the Sand Warriors.
Ha! Neo-Israelite scum, do slave things!
Moses stood before Pharaoh.
Who-o?
Fine. The Sand King. Be quiet.
Elohim demands you let the Israelites go free. We are your slaves no longer.
But the Sand King would not listen. Instead, he treated the Israelites even worse than before.
This is the stupidest story in the world.
What?
In the world. Did I stutter?
No, you say stupid things, but you say them very clearly.
You're old.
You're a toddler.
Grandpa, the story's garbage. Tell a better one.
I should. Did you brush your teeth?
Oh, whatever. Just keep reading.
Great Elohim, I know you are the God of heaven and earth, of the land, the sea, and the sky. You are the breath of the wind and the heart of the fire. But this Pharaoh,
Sand King.
Sand King, he punishes us for following you. Please, Elohim. What now?
Moses was sent once more into the throne room of the Sand King. At Elohim's direction, Moses stood against the Sand King, raining upon the Egyptians 10 plagues of destruction. The Sand King freed the Israelites at last. But on the shores of the Red Sea, Elohim had to save them once more. And the Israelites left Egypt rejoicing in their freedom.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Sleep tight, little one.
That's not gonna happen.
But we had a deal.
No, what you had was a weak attempt to lull me to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I didn't see through your little ruse? I was willing to play along with it, but now that the story's over, you've got nothing left to bargain with.
Oh. You thought the story was over? But it's just begun.
What? You were supposed to give me the full story, then I would go to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you think I didn't see through your little ruse?
Well played, villain.
Good night, little one.
And the Israelites celebrated because they were free.
Holy moly!
You owe me a story.
Last time I remember, I owe you a bad time story.
Grandpa!
Well, okay.
Don't you read the book?
Don't you worry. It's all up here. Last night, you heard that they were freed from the Sand King. But that was not the end of the story.
Come, tribe of Judah.
Come, tribe of Zebulun.
Who are those other people?
No, you can't forget that it was more than just Moses and Joshua. There were 12 tribes of the Israelites out there. There was the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Zebulun, the tribe of Gad, the tribe of Asher, and the tribe of Levi. And the tribes of Dan, Benjamin, Reuben, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, and Issachar. Many different tribes, but they were all one nation. The whole nation had been going east toward the Promised Land. But there was something they had to do first. Moses now led them south, but a few were beginning to grumble.
Kidding me? This Moses is insane. The land of paradise, we're so close to it, and yet he claims that Elohim leads us here, away from it.
Moses follows Elohim. Elohim knows where he's going.
Yeah, but the land of promise lies to the east, yet we head south.
Wasn't easy living under the sand warriors. But at least they knew how to navigate.
Yeah, that's right.
Within a few weeks, they found themselves at the base of Mount Sinai.
Elohim waits for me. He has given us this sign.
Okay.
I must go up.
But what if he kills?
Shual will follow and wait for me at the base of the sign, but no one must approach. The spirit of Elohim is potent. He's allowed me to go, but the greatness of his power cannot be restrained if another should try. While I'm away, look to the wisdom of Aaron for leadership.
Was she Moses' girlfriend?
She who?
Aaron.
No, Aaron was a man.
Aaron is a girl's name.
But this Aaron is spelled with an A.
Make her a girl. There's not enough girls in this story.
Okay, fine. Aaron was a girl. But she wasn't Moses' girlfriend. Moses was Aaron's brother.
While I'm away, look to the wisdom of Aaron for leadership. Now, brothers and sisters, guard your hearts and your tribes against evil. Remember Elohim, who has freed us and brought us here.
We will not forget!
Remember, do not forget.
We will not forget!
Wait, what did he say?
Moses met with God, the people grew tired and weary.
He is not coming back.
Yeah, and we still need to get to the land of Elohim. And without Moses, who's going to lead us there? Oh.
Do I hear music?
Friends, Romans, countrymen.
Israelites!
Whatever. Let's look at this thing logically. Just face the facts and you'll agree. It's true that Moses has run away.
No, he hasn't.
Hush, Daddy's talking. It's clear to me, quite plain to see, that Elohim's a fantasy. So why should we so casually agree to fall on bended knee before a God we cannot see? Adore your fantasies, but Elohim is not for me. He's still in silence as a stump. This fantasy's not fooling much. I wanna worship something that I can touch. Key change. We need a God that we can see. We need a deity that's definitely not a mystery. Give me something that I can feel. Trade that myth for something real. Embrace yourself now for the big reveal.
Calf? Like as in calf?
Yes, a great golden calf.
Did Moses get ketchup all over his feet
What?
when he broke the 10 condiments?
No, it was the 10 Commandments. For crying out loud, read a book sometime.
A pile of mayo, mustard, ketchup, and relish on the ground. That must have smelled like death.
Not the point of the story right now.
Man, that smells like death.
Really? Aaron, really?
Oops.
You have rejected our God.
No, he's right here.
You have replaced Elohim! Under our Elohim, we have lacked nothing. And you forgot him? He brought us out of slavery. And you forgot him for this cheap, lifeless imitation? You've traded an invisible truth for a lie you can see. I hope it was worth it.
Glowing? His face was glowing? Did you take one of my vampire books off the shelf by accident?
What are you talking about?
I don't care about glittery vampires with poofy hair. I want the other story. What happened to Moses?
That was Moses. Don't you remember? First, the Israelites recognize that they've lost their divine protection. Then Moses begs for them to be taken back and gets told to reforge the... Oh, Spoiler alert.
Worst storyteller ever.
Moses had received the 10 Commandments, but had smashed them against the ground when he beheld the sin of his people.
You've traded an invisible truth for a lie you can see. I hope it was worth it.
Was Moses really mad?
No, sweet one. He was heartbroken.
No, I'm mad! Who? Children of Elohim, there is wickedness among us. Choose now. Will you serve Elohim, or will you tolerate evil?
But they can't. You can't.
You can't tolerate evil, sweet one. It's too dangerous. If you allow it a place in your life, it will hurt or destroy you. Always. Now, where was I?
Elohim gave us these 10 commandments, and they are now destroyed.
This is such a weird story.
Your face is weird. Stop interrupting.
How will we recover from his wrath? Where can we hide from his anger at being so quickly forgotten by his chosen people?
He doesn't look that angry.
Because that's not Elohim!
Will Elohim still allow us to live in his country?
Yes. But he will not lead you there.
But it's not that big of a deal, is it? I mean, it's simple enough. We'll find it on our own.
But there are beasts and specters that roam the savage lands between here and Elohim's country. If he were leading the way, we would have nothing to fear.
Without Elohim's protection, we're dead already.
Why won't he go with us?
Out of love, sister.
He's leaving us to die out here out of love? Gee, I'm glad he doesn't hate us.
Do you think Elohim is a tame God? Does he wait patiently for our prayers and thank us for our notice? He is the heart of the fire and the breath of the wind. He has clothed us, fed us, and loved us, and we have betrayed him. Ours is a jealous God, and we have wounded his heart. Do we want the uncontained power of the fierce heavens upon us now? We would not survive, sister, and we would not deserve to.
We need you to speak to Elohim.
We deserve to die.
Yes, but we want to live. And there's no life outside of him.
We do not deserve Elohim's land.
I know. But if he's willing to give it to us, we'd be foolish not to ask. And if he's willing to protect us, we'd be insane not to ask.
Are you here?
I am.
Your people are afraid.
They reject me. My people do not know me. In my love, I have given them that right.
You once heard their pain, calling to you from across the desert. You freed them from their torment. They cry out to you again.
I hear them.
Then rescue them again. Please.
They welcomed evil into their midst. It carries a price.
We will pay it. We will suffer for you. We will bleed for you. What must be done?
I have done all that is needed. I will go with
I
you.
want to see you, Elohim. I want to see you as you really are.
You cannot see me as I am, child. It would unmake you. If you close your eyes, I'll give you a high five.
What'll that do? That's right. I'm glowing.
Elohim has given us a design to build his shelter. What we build will be more magnificent than any of our tents could ever hope to be.
Yeah. Well then, let's get started.
Well, it's a quiet patrol, but at least it beats actually finding something out here.
I'm so tired I don't even think I could fight.
Cold, tired, hungry. It's a wonderful life.
At least one of those is gonna get taken care of. It's about to start.
It's starting. He's provided us again.
He provided for them every day without fail. It would fall from the sky, never more or less than what was needed. Everyone had enough.
You mean they got to eat the same magical food every day forever? That's fantastic!
Yes, it was. It was fantastic. For a while.
Is for supper? Mysterious delight. Am I chewing with passion? Am I chewing with spite? Oh, we do the same, but we're hoping for change. Are we all insane? We're walking down this crazy street every day. Are we all insane? I was hopeful. It's getting kind of old. Love it burn like a fire, but it's getting pretty cold. We do the same, but we're hoping for change. Are we all the same? We're walking down this crazy street every day. Are we all insane?
But it's good for you.
The tribe of Ephraim doesn't care. We're sick of eating the same mash every day.
We don't plant or reap or work for our food in any way, yet Elohim provides for us. He guides us on our journey to his sacred land. He saves us from all forms of beasts and attackers, and you complain about the
The
food.
tribe of Judah is unanimous. We're thankful Elohim has provided for us, but we want more.
Avidan, how can you say that? How can you be so ungrateful to the one who saved us from the Sand King?
At least when we were slaves, the food was better.
Ignorant, half-witted
The
little...
tribe of Naphtali declares that we would rather be slaves once more than to force down one more bowl of this slop.
Wish granted.
Wait, is Elohim sending us back into slavery?
No, he's going to give you what you're asking for. What food do you miss the most? Elohim will provide it in abundance.
The tribe of Ephraim misses tasting the rainbow.
Yeah. And I miss the flaky pink cotton candy of the Sand King.
Candy-coated, melt in your mouth, not in your hands, delicacies that are...
Nom nom.
Chocolate.
What kind?
I don't care. Chocolate bunnies.
Anything else?
Skittles!
Smarties! Gummy bears!
Bubblegum!
Bazooka
bubblegum! And Ring Pops!
Anything else?
Berries and cream, berries and cream. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
Anything else?
Stoppers!
Put your own!
Those little tiny cola bottles!
bubblegum!
Done.
Nom noms.
Oh man, who'd have thought? Getting pelted with candy really hurt.
I'm blind! I'm blind!
So, did we enjoy our tasty treats?
Moses, you were right. We should have been content with what Elohim had given us, for he gave us exactly what we needed. Come on, guys, let's get this junk food out of our camp.
No, brothers and sisters. This was the food you wanted. Elohim has granted your wish. Bon appetit.
Can we just have vegetables instead?
Remember, brothers, remember. Elohim gives us everything we need. Exactly what we need. To want more is dangerous.
And gross.
Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
As the Israelites camped on the edge of the Promised Land, a select few scouted its bounty.
Then tell her that our lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm all alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Sandman, I'm so alone. Don't have nobody to call my own. Please turn on your magic beam. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream.
What did they see? What did they see?
What did you see? What did you see?
Their beards are so manly.
Yes, and their chest hair. It was like they had yak hide stapled to their torsos.
And those roundhouse kicks.
Wait, roundhouse kicks? You don't mean...
Yes, they were.
Chuck Norris's.
Plural.
What is the meaning of this?
Your Elohim has brought us here to be slaughtered.
Explain yourself.
Since you're speaking about Elohim, choose your words more carefully.
I am not going into that place. Not with those things guarding it.
Elohim defeated the Sand King without effort. He rained fire and pain on that entire nation. Do you really think these bearded Texas Rangers will be too much for him? You have followed Elohim for millions of footsteps through the snow, and now you choose not to go in?
The tribe of Ephraim has decided, shall not go into the sacred land.
But Elohim will go with us. This battle's already over.
The tribe of Judah will not go.
None of us will go.
I saw one of them cutting down trees with roundhouse kicks.
Was his beard like the wool of 1,000 red sheep?
Elohim has granted our wishes again.
Our wishes?
You no longer wish to enter his sacred land, and you shall not.
What? What kind of selfish, petty god
Would give you exactly what you asked for?
So then what are we supposed to do now? And what about our children?
Yeah. Elohim has not forgotten them. They will enter the sacred land. We will not. We are to return to the wilderness for 40 years. When our bodies sleep beneath the earth, Shua will lead them into the sacred land. Kale will follow as well. I hope you like sand.
Wow, great story, Grandpa. Instead of the 5-day-long version, couldn't you just summed it up with life stinks and then you die?
Oh, you're so adorable when you say dumb things. Story's not over, Pumpkin.
Sand and snow.
Stop complaining.
It gets everywhere.
Shut it, you little emo.
Why didn't we at least try to take the sacred land?
Because the bearded one would have killed us, genius.
Well, I'd rather die than go back to the desert.
He's right.
What?
Look, Elohim was with us. We should have taken up arms and fought.
What about the Chuck Norris?
I believe the plural is Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norrin, maybe?
What about them? So what, we may have all been killed. Wouldn't it have been better to take our chances with the Chuck Norrises than to wander around in this scorching desert for the rest of our lives? I don't know about you, but I would rather face 1,000 Chuck Norrises than to eat one more bowl of that fluff that falls from the sky. I would rather die than live in this desert again.
It's been 10 long weeks since we left that land. It's been 10 long weeks on the sand. And I will make my stand. I will march forward as planned, because a life in the desert's just too bland. We will march right into that sacred land and take it right out of Chuck Norris' hand. We can fight, we can win, even if we get our heads kicked in. We won't live in the desert again. And we will forge ahead to victory. We will strike out on our own. Grab your sword, grab your other sword, and fight to make this land your home. 'Cause death beats desert any day. Yes, death beats desert any day.
None shall pass.
You can't stop us, old man. We will go to the...
You shall not pass!
Dude, so nerdy.
We will not live in the wilderness anymore. Elohim knew we could do it, and we should have believed him. Now we will go in
Be slaughtered if you attempt to conquer this land without him.
It was Elohim that would have made it possible. If you choose to go forward now, His protection will not go with you.
It's not enough to hate the heat, but it should have been enough to trust Elohim.
You tricked me again? They got all keyed up for nothing. Again I say, thanks for the great story, Grandpa.
Hello, sweet girl.
Hello, Captain Letdown. You gonna tell me the story of the 3 little pigs who get eaten by the big bad wolf? Or maybe Cinderella getting jailed for impersonating an aristocrat?
No, I was actually going to finish the story we've been going through.
No, that story was over. They didn't get into the promised land.
If you're so certain, I should just go read it myself. Sorry to bother you.
Don't go. Finish the story, please.
Do you remember what they've been through?
Of course I remember. Now finish the story.
No. Do you remember? One generation was replaced by the next, as the Israelites wandered in the wilderness for 40 years.
Remember, your mothers have told you of the Sand King and his chains. Your fathers have shown you the scars of slavery. Remember their stories, how Elohim freed them by his mighty hand. Remember their strength, their faith that followed Elohim across the wilderness. Remember their failures. Remember also.
And there was enough for all. Those who gathered little had enough, and those who gathered much.
Hey, Elohim has fed us today. We can trust that he'll provide for us tomorrow.
Remember, we have no fear of tomorrow, because our God waits there for us, with his arms wide and his table full. Remember.
How dare you raise your eyes to your God? I am he who hung the sun in the branches of the sky. My voice is the thunder. My breath is the desert wind.
Yes, my God is truly great.
Now, slave, what words of adoration do you have for your God?
Only that my God's magnificent power is exceeded only by his mercy. That out of his immeasurable love and bounty, he cares for his faithful children. And that you are not him.
Vermin! Infidel. Cower in terror before the Sand King. Woe to you, Israelite worm, for you have none to protect you from the fiery wrath except your precious Elohim.
Sweetie.
What? Huh?
Vermin, infidel. Cower in terror before the Sand King. Woe to you, Israelite worm, for none will protect you from my fiery wrath except your precious Elohim.
He will be enough. Remember, Elohim is always enough. Though the fires of hell clutch at you and the fury of nations bear down on you, Elohim is always enough. Remember our failure. And do not dare repeat it.
Elohim's sacred land. One day, you'll see it up close.
But what about you?
Remember your parents. It was their failure and their faith that taught you to trust Elohim. It was their failure and their faith that have brought us here today. In these 40 years, we've lost so many dear ones to the wheel of time. Remember the terrible price of not trusting Elohim. Of all we who served under the Sand King's yoke, only we 3 survive. But only 2 will go forward.
Wait. But you deserve it. You fought so hard, and you never stopped believing.
It's not my time now, sweet one. It's yours.
Why can't you come? Don't you know how much we need you? I need you.
But dear, it was never really me taking care of you. It's always been him. And he's enough. Remember that. And even though the leader you know, the leader you've seen has to be left behind, the one that's really been taking care of you will be with you forever.
You are enough.
Grandpa?
Yes, sweetheart.
Thank you. Why did you tell me that story?
Because I want you to remember, my sweet little friend. Remember.